that's the first half of my book. A Harmonious Haphazardness, or Harmonious Haphazardness, I can't quite decide. By Esmeralda Velvet. Pictures and Poems. A Harmonious Haphazardness. Titles. 1. Temporary Solutions and Indescribable Indispensables. 2. Rabbits and Hares Everywhere. 3. Miscommunication Complication. 4. Wish to speak the words how they heard. 5. The audacity I feel I know. 6. A birthright. 7. Biology, what's mine. 8. How to look after your person, forget me not. 9. It's only interesting to new. 10. Valuable chronological. 11. Through the looking glass, the past 3 years. 12. In a dream, I'm plasticine. 13. Something forever. 14. I'm a ladybug no more. 15. Pinch of salt. 16. I will keep. 17. Respecting trees. 18. Make your complaints. 19. Darling, I want to devour the words. 20. Only clothes and my carcass left behind. 21. What happens when you put all the pieces together and they still don't make sense. 22. Final words. Temporary solutions and indescribable indispensables. What's the use in all the things if I can't use all of the things? When I can't see all the things, for there are simply too many piled on top. I keep trying to use what's underneath, then don't know what sounds I like or how to describe them with words or concepts, conjure them up in some way. I struggle and guggle, full of stumbles and fumble through those things that they call words. When I don't know which with what you can use, where you can place, there are so many things that I love that I cannot describe or replace. My colours, my shapes, the aesthetics, the things, the quirks that are mine. Textures, sensations, vibrations, cracks and clicks in my head. Sometimes things slip out to share the inner workings of my mind, not necessarily profound, but I think I found what you went saying you were when you were not what I expected you to be. Rabbits and hares everywhere. I get joy out of seeing a little rabbit jumping across the road, followed by 1 or 2, 3, 4 more. Maybe not so little, but they were wonderful and they were bouncing. I jump up and down and grin and smile and flap about, and I remember I can do it by myself sometimes, but for some reason it all does feel like it is a show, and I am playing all of the different roles, but I'm not in the spotlight. And there are so many, and everyone seems to need a different set design, a different stage manager, maybe even a different script from me, but all I ever wanted to do was act, and I can't keep up, so I made it my life instead of making it my career. From front row to hedgerow, I bounced backstage, went back to my roots of the brambly hedge trees. Beatrix's bunnies kept close to me. From bedroom 1 through to 13, moved all around and about, rabbits following me. To put something on the walls of my gallery, was it for the plot or because of TV? I painted a pretty picture of myself, built up bit by bit, and now who am I and who is she? Am I still the same ship? Everything changes, but I'm still listening carefully and still referencing Florence and the machine. Miscommunication complication. Who am I to decide? This indecisive mess with contradictory trajectories, a harmonious haphazardness. There, another thing playing on my mind, perpetually preparing for any eventuality. Overthinking, thinking thoughts, feelings written into life, brought to the very forefront of my mind. A dot of ink, a blinking line, bearing such complexity. Gaps in linguistic. Now, I may not be the one with all the right letters in place. Words don't seem to come so easily. Typing clunky, slow. I'm an old-fashioned typewriter. Working overtime, rereading and second-guessing the placement of each line, each curve and angle, which sentence structure, words rushing too fast to hear, to repeat, a stubborn editor blocking my way. Ruminating, rudimental, too sentimental, hypothetical or hypercritical, 17 extra steps in thinking before the words get out. Repetitive marks on a piece of paper, reaffirmation of hidden or secret desires. My mind is set, but I can't decide. A constant contradiction. Thoughts come in powerful, partial, pitiful, playful bursts, cushioned by the gaping arms of procrastination. Contemplating moderation. Quintessential, quilted, no thoughts on the matter. Impulse buy, impulse love, impulse adventure, impulse save, impulse save. Tangible, physical, my only speech. Incapable creation of simply everything seemingly just beyond my reach. My processing, how do I explain? My process when the process is what explains me. My words don't correlate with pictures, the pictures where words missing. For what I can't communicate, colors and lines, pages fill shapes, words write me. Wish to speak the words how they heard. In my head, see the world on paper, as I do my eyes, as I feel the impressions, drawings drawn, multiply and glide, change and dissolve on the paper, no space left to hide. I could make anything, but I can't do everything, so if that wasn't so, simply halting disheartens me, fearing I've lost my shine. Where's the finish line? I feel like the birds in the mines, canaries' dying cries, roses in vineyards, they get sick first. Warning signs, I'm getting frown and worry lines, my heart full of your sharpened vines. And serious is still seriously, 2 stars dancing. Thinking in pictures I can't really see, can't actualize and visualize or fill up pages with paints and scribbly lines. My hands are burning and fingers shake and wiggle. Lines no longer glide and sail, not listening nor obeying what I think I say. Ideas lost in the fog, the only future seen clearly, just clouded and jumbled. I'm stuck in behind me. Can coloring pencils guide my way? The audacity I feel I know. The back of my hand a mystery, bones and ligaments in place, a huge embrace, a burst of taste, a colour for something to be. Where'd it go from you to me? Lost in expansive magic and faith in me, the audacity that there is a little part of me. She's the capacity to fall in love with pretty much anyone wholeheartedly, very, very quickly. Momentarily in the willingness, you make bold moves. Who stands out from the crowd? I'd like to respect that little part of me, so I'll communicate with poetry. My darling, with you too, sing and dance my heart's desire, dream of cuddling up by the fire. I will yearn for you through art and film. My time shall give to the people who fill my cup up to the brim, because I'm not made to feel so dim. Who flipped my switch with which I can't be heard? And if I could be him simply for a day, I wonder what I'd say. To her, how would he see the light through leaves, perceive the trees, a different kind of perspective of a shining night, or take a walk in low, low light? The middle of the night, maybe start a fight, because I'm no longer allowed to bite. Says me, who's she? A birthright to feed and bleed and bite. Biology, what's mine? I can't stop screaming, quietly mind you. I am sick and tired of all this healing. Why isn't she allowed to think about him or her, or who put that box right there in the way, or who let it stay fortified and filled it up with lies, divided into 2 sides with very little deliberation, equal definition, disproportionate with difference and deliverance of power and control? That little girl learnt how to hold it all. So yes, I shall weep over something as simple and small as spilt milk, as it all just slips right out. My bucket is full, Fueled by violent violence, silence, violet with rage. I'm tired of his story. Built by blocks placed beyond long ago, history or not so long. What seems like moral yesterday will just waste away if we could learn our biology correctly. Woman, female, woman. Who put him in power behind it all while she's purposefully wasting away by the hour? She gets divination and he dictatorship over even dictation. Who designed the words, reared and fed them with such desperately delusional, separating definition? So yes, I shall weep over something as simple and small as spilt milk, as it all just slips right out, my bucket is full, I don't want to carry it all. My biology, my body, what's mine, if anything, my body, my biology, what was it they said, who, he or she, what do we even mean? How to look after your person, forget-me-not. I know how to look after a person, or, well, forget-me-not, I think I do, but I don't know how to look after me. I thought I knew how to look after you. I pay attention to the little cracks, the moles on your back, the space between his eyes, or the way the mouth moves when it smiles. It's something they can't quite figure out. Feed it, water and walk it, wrap it up, all warm and cozy, with moderate modesty. Be careful in the wind, wrap it up still in the sun, protect the bum, the lumps and curves, don't put them on show. Use at your leisure, take careful advantage your womanhood's wiles, forget-me-not, morally compensate to invigorate yourself. She's the one to trust. But don't be too selfish, still. Try not to keep yourself on the shelf, and don't forget me not to feed it 3 times a day. Your thoughts will run away. It's only interesting to new. What's interesting to who or you? What's new? It's only interesting to new, and I have nothing to add to the list of things to say. And repeating myself does just feel like torture. No one reacts the way I need or expect or believe, or they say that they will, and I don't know how to react to what they say when I say something, and they ask me why, and I don't know. Oh, I'm singing to myself, my head at all times, repeating lines and borrowed rhymes. Oh, because of you, I was saying it because of you, from you, and they don't know you, and they can't know all of you or my whole world. Now, I often feel like nothing I have to say is even remotely interesting enough to be heard, overspoken, interrupted, and blurted over without a peep. Afterwards, I lost myself and what I wanted to keep, to talk about, and too, nothing interests me as much as me but you, and simply nothing interests you about me. And I don't know how to stop thinking about everything other than the things I need to think about. Believe it or not, I don't believe, that I have faith. I don't see beyond what I can see in front of me unless I'm bored. But even then, when the boredom, it is cruel and yet comfortable and cowardly. It won't own up to itself. It's lazy and stupid, and I'm bored, and I'm lazy and it's bored, and I'm not doing anything. And I am singing to myself, my head at all times, repeating lines and borrowing rhymes. But there's no words or tune. There has no tune. I have no tune of my own. There's no strings, no instruments or orchestra to surround me. Seriously, no symphony. The letters that fill my mouth up begin to dance, and they sing and move and jiggle and wiggle and womble around and bumble and up and down, and I can't seem to make their minds up about just how do they the. I see nothing in everything and everything and nothing is everything, and everything is just here. They say they are there, where is it? Oh, what's going on? Oh, and why we don't know. Why don't we know? And why do we need to know why we don't know? And what no even is, because I don't know, but I seem to know, and then I fail to know, and then who knows? They act like they care for 4-5 seconds, and then I start talking, and then my words just don't get heard right. They don't hear the right letters, they don't hear the right sounds, the emphasis on the punctuation or the right nouns, don't understand. Everyone is talking in a different language to me, and I don't know where, but I veered off onto a separate path and I don't understand. I don't understand a lot of things. I repeat myself a lot, but I hate to repeat. Stupid repetition, but I love to do the same thing over and over and over and over again and never seem to know how to quite stop without replacing it with something else just as equally satisfying, if not maybe missing a little something somewhere around the edges. I painted a pretty picture of myself, built up bit by bit, and now who am I and who is she? Am I still the same ship? Some mystical, nonsensical, whimsical nonsense. Nonsense, nonsense, nonsense. There's no such words. There's no words but words I've heard, and then I feel like I'm copying and stealing. After all, it's only interesting to new, guilty party of one, but I can't make them myself. I want to. Though I want to, not really. Though I want to, not really. Maybe, if I'm not too scared to repeat myself, I'll finally write a song. Definitely, if I'm not too afraid to repeat myself, I will finally write a song. This originally is 6 minutes long. Valuable chronological. Keep snipping at my fringe until it sits just right, in awkward angles, funky mirrors, and low light. My ages separated by strands of hair, dye, categorized and memorized in multicolor time. I'm all wrapped up in something. Tugging on my brain, fringe never stays the same. Hair holds so much power over me. My hair may be the longest it has ever been. Still, I'll have to dye 1,000 times, won't stop until it suits me. Each time maybe try a different personality. Valuable chronological, hair holds so much power over me. A direct line to my inner monologue, fiddled through fingertips, twiddled and pulled, too short, too frizzy, soft and fine, it's fine, I guess. Distraction, regulation, constant stimulation. And that's the first half of my book. A Harmonious Haphazardness, or Harmonious Haphazardness, I can't quite decide.